All right. Three, two. What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon
What's up? What's up?
and Levon Maynard.
Hey, welcome to the show.
What is going on? So thank you for continuing to listen in. Hopefully, well, I don't care what order you listen to them. Hopefully you're just listening, right? But hopefully you checked out our Monday and Tuesday topics. Monday, we discussed how the FBI, NSA, and CISA are kind of warning us about APT. There we go. I was trying to get it. I always get the letters backed up. Russian hackers that are trying to get into systems using old vulnerabilities. So definitely check that out. Tuesday, we talked about Goot Loader and how they have been using fake websites to provide you answers to your questions if you're searching for something. And they specifically are attacking those in legal and financial positions to steal their data, information, send them Trojans, things of that nature. So definitely check out that Tuesday episode. Wednesday, we had a discussion about how Russia has amassed over 100,000 troops on the border of Ukraine, and now they're hitting them with cyber attacks as well. So it's pretty scary stuff. Definitely check that out because we're literally watching history being made in the way that they're starting the attack with cyber as opposed to with munitions. So it's pretty crazy stuff. Then obviously Thursdays, we tried the Ask Us SP. And now Friday, talk about everything else. So I asked the question, how's everybody's week been? What you been doing?
That's right. Yeah, it's been a pretty good week for me. It's been, I don't know. I've been inside mostly. I work remote. Didn't do too much like traveling or anything. I guess the wife and I went to get some breakfast this morning. We actually went to this restaurant that is following COVID protocols. We were nicely spaced out. We had like our own booth off to the side, but got some good eats. Got some eggs. I got this like big platter. Had eggs on it. Had red skin potatoes. Had some thick sliced bacon. Had some ham, like a big old thick like kind of T-bone like ham looking thing, and then had some sausage, like a bunch of meat. Oh, then had two pancakes on the side of it. And it was tasty. I destroyed it, except for the pancakes, left the pancakes for later, for dessert. For like a later, I don't know, midnight snack or something. But it was delicious. It was a good meal. And the wife had this mix of, had like a scramble. Basically, it had a bunch of veggies and eggs and all this kind of stuff. But it was a good spot, really good. Haven't gone out to eat in a little while. Especially with all the COVID stuff going on, but I felt safe there, and they did a good job making sure everybody was spaced out properly. But I did that, and then this week, I've been playing some more Yakuza.
I got a quick question. I got a quick question because it just popped to my mind, and it's really something that's bothering me. Do you miss menus? Like when I went back home, I noticed that no one has menus. You have to scan the QR code, and then you have to look it up, and it's weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, why do I miss menus? Like,
that's a good point. This particular restaurant did have menus, but I've been to other ones that do the new scan thing where they scan and look at your phone. This one had it's like a menu that looked like a newspaper. I think it was because they're just throwing them out or something, but it was like really thin. Yeah. It wasn't like a real like book like you used to having.
Was this Black Bear?
How do you know about that?
Black Bear,
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, what you know about that one right there?
You think
hold
we
up.
got them in Colorado? Oh, Black Bear.
You got them over there too?
Yeah, buddy.
How'd you know about that one?
Yeah. Hey, man.
Damn,
I love Black Bear.
Yeah.
Hey,
okay. You got that from just those small details. You figured out
the
restaurant.
No, you were pretty descriptive.
I described my meal and then the newspaper menu.
You're like a recipe. You know how you try to get a recipe online and they tell you about how they grew up, and when I had traveled to Tuscany and yada yada, yada, like just give me the recipe. Like you broke it down. You know, like.
Okay. No, I'm impressed though. Shannon got that.
Black Bear's on point.
Yeah, Black Bear.
They built one close to my house. Probably it was a little bit before COVID, so maybe like 2.5 years ago. And
Nice.
yeah, it's I mean, we don't go there as often as we used to, right? Because like, look, y'all may be following COVID protocols out there, but Colorado don't care.
Right. They don't. Right.
They're here like, ain't nothing to see, ain't nothing to see.
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
there's something to
I
see.
got my freedoms. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, there's something to see and catch. But yeah, no, we love Black Bear though, man. We love Black
Yeah.
Bear.
Yeah. That's one of our spots too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some good eating over there. That's some fine eating. But
Yeah.
yeah,
you saved the pancakes for later because they like bigger than your head.
Yeah, that's right. They're like this big, so like I can eat
Big
both
bear
of them.
paw on them.
Right, exactly. That's right. So yeah, I saved that for later. But yeah, it was good. And then besides that, I was playing some Yakuza 3 on the Xbox. And then I didn't mention the wife actually got me Ratchet and Clank for Christmas. So I have that for the PS5.
Okay.
I haven't booted it up yet, but definitely on the list. I still got that, and I still got Assassin's Creed Valhalla that I need to get through on the PS5. So that's on my list. And we're playing a lot of Halo. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
What was that, Ryan?
tell me about Ratchet and Clank when you do get into it. I played
Yeah.
a few hours because I got it for the kids. They never played it, so it's gonna be my game when I get home. But
Right.
I want to hear your take on the performance because it was buttery smooth on my sets get kind of old, right? So I can only imagine like ratcheting it up, like no pun intended,
Right.
to 4K. I think it does 4K.
Yeah.
It does at least 4K 60, but I think it does beyond 60. So it's gonna be chef's kiss. Great.
Yeah. And the chef kiss. Voila. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know how it turns out. I know it's got some great reviews, and it's it's right up my alley. It's like a little platformer kind of a adventure style game. So I'm sure I have some fun with it. But I'll definitely keep you up to date on that. And then there's on the movie front, I've been watching movie show front. I've been watching some Cobra Kai. I'm like on the 3rd episode of that. Been enjoying that. I think this season so far is not as it's still like ramping up. It's starting off kind of a little slow, I think. But I think they're kind of ramping up to the big they have like a karate tournament that's coming up. The kids are going to be involved in trying to compete against each other, kind of like a rematch a little bit from I think season 1 that they had that initial, it might have been season 2 when they had the karate tournament. But look, I've been watching that, and then I watched some. I didn't watch the first episode, but there's a series called The Silent Sea. It's a Korean flick on Netflix, and watched the first episode. Looks decent. It's kind of soft, a little bit slow, but it's supposed to be something to the effect that the Earth is starting to like run out of water. It's kind of getting like really desolate, I guess, and people are like kind of struggling. They have to they get these like little kind of like waivers or like I want to say like credits for getting water. They have to do a certain amount of work, and then they get credits for water, and they go to these water stations and fill up, and the show kind of pans across the U.S. and shows like these kind of like desert looking cities, like I guess like the Korean version of New York, whatever the capital is. They have like just desert out there. There's no water features anywhere. You see like a couple streams here and there, but it's pretty much just barren. But yeah, so I guess so what they're trying to do is like, I guess they got these scientists that are flying. They got in a spaceship, and they're flying to the moon. There's like some sort of facility on the moon that's doing some sort of research, I guess, to try to revitalize the Earth, something to that effect. And so they're going to this facility that's been somehow been destroyed for some reason. Like I think everybody in the facility got killed, and they're trying to figure out what's happening there, and they're trying to get these specimens, these specimens, which I don't know what they are, but they're trying to bring them back to the Earth to do whatever like study they need to try to restore some stuff on the Earth. But it's kind of interesting. I'll let you guys know as it proceeds, but that's one of the series I've been checking out. But yeah, I'll let you know how that one goes. But besides that, I think it's been pretty quiet on the home front. I've been mostly gaming this week. Like I said, I was playing some Halo as well. But yeah, I think that's been my week. I don't want to take up like 90% of the show about my stuff, but how about you guys? What you guys been up to?
So you want to know something crazy is that I figured, I think I figured something out about myself, right? So, and this, Ryan, this came up because you were talking about going to see Scream. The new Scream is
Oh,
called Scream
okay.
or The Scream or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Like, I
Scream. I think it's just Scream.
just Scream, right? Like, which was what the
Yeah.
first one was called, right? I thought
Hmm.
maybe not. Okay, but so I guess you got to type in Scream 2022 if you're looking forward to something.
Right.
But
Right.
but I don't think I'm as big into nostalgia as I thought I was. I think is
Mm.
what it is, right? So like when you mentioned Cobra Kai, like I was already gonna bring this up because of the whole Scream thing, but like when you mentioned Cobra Kai, that's one that I haven't even watched. Like I've seen Karate Kid, right? Which is what the characters are based off of. But I watched the trailer for Cobra Kai and I was like, I don't need that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like it was just it wasn't there for me, right? And there's other stuff that they try to do that. What's the one? What's his name? Just died. The comedian just died. Was on the show, Full House, right?
Oh, yeah.
Full House.
Hmm.
They had a
Bob
Fuller
Saget.
House, right? Yeah, they had a
Right.
Fuller
Yeah.
House on Netflix. I was like, I don't need that. Like I've seen some episodes of Full House, right? Like most everybody did, but I was like, no, it just doesn't do it for me. But like I like to think I like nostalgia, but I don't. And
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just as we were talking the last few days when you were talking about going to see Scream, Ryan, it kind of came to me was like maybe I just don't like nostalgia.
Right.
Right.
But
Right. So I think with Cobra Kai, it's a little different. Like I understand what you're saying with the Fuller House and things like that. I haven't even watched Fuller House. I used to watch Fuller House all the time back in the heyday, but I haven't watched the new one. But I feel like the Cobra Kai, they took a different like route. It's like, it's almost from like the Cobra Kai perspective, and
Right. That's
it's
what I
like
heard
a
anyway. Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty much like it's kind of reversed, and it starts off with like Daniel's son is kind of like a bad guy, really. And then he's kind of like, because he's kind of cocky. He got his everything. He's successful now. He's got his own business. He's got a car dealership thing. He's like running a car dealership, making all this money. He's got a big house. And then Johnny, his arch rival, is like living in the slums, kind of. He's like living, kind of shady or shoddy like conditions. And he's trying to like make something for himself. And like Danielson's kind of like, he still has like animosity towards him, and he's like trying to put him down. And like anytime he tries to like do something for himself, he's kind of like Danielson's like making sure he doesn't do it. Like especially when he said he wanted to open up a dojo again, he's like, oh hell no, I'm not letting that happen, because he's not going to reopen a Cobra Kai in my town and start like bullying people like they used to bully me back in the heyday. So it's like it's kind of interesting. It's very. I think they did a great job on it, especially like the first couple seasons. But then again, I mean, you have to have like I love Karate Kid growing up. It's a really big like series for me, or trilogy or whatever. I think it's 3 or 4 movies. I can't remember. They had like a Karate
At least
Girl.
3.
they had the next Karate Kid too, though.
Yeah, the next Karate Kid. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
right.
Hilary Swank, I think. That's her name. Yeah.
Right. I can't even really remember that one too much, but yeah. So I think it has some nostalgia for me for sure, but it's like they kind of really flip it around. It doesn't make it like just doing the same thing as Karate Kid the movies, and just now they're just doing it in 2022.
So the thing for me, I think I didn't really like, and it's been a couple years since I saw the trailer, but like it seemed like the guy from Cobra Kai, when I saw the trailer, if I remember correctly, it seemed like he was just like he was living a shoddy life, but it seemed like he was drinking all the time, right?
Yeah,
I
he
was
was.
like,
Yeah, he is.
and I was like, I don't want to see this guy struggle when it comes to because you're gonna bring in like alcoholism or something like that. I'm like, you're not gonna do a bunch of crane kicks, which is all I want to see, right? Like, so it's just not for me, right? Like, I don't want this
Right.
to see how this guy's possibly losing his family. Let me guess, he got divorced, lost his family, all this stuff, right? That's how they always
Right.
do, and that
I don't know
stuff
if he ever
takes
got
up
married.
time. I don't know, but that stuff just takes up time that I
Right.
don't want to be dealing with. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't care about that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like,
I know you
it
just want
happens
crane
in
kicks.
the real world. Yeah, man. Give me crane kicks, wax something on, wax something off. You know what I mean? Paint the fence, like do all of that. That's what I need. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like I don't know. I don't care about his life.
You need training montages. And,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah,
and karate
man.
tournaments. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Pat Morita is dead. He ain't gonna be there. I don't need.
I know.
What I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like,
It would be so much better if he was still around.
Yeah.
If he was in the episode.
How old would he be?
he'd have to be like in his 90s now.
Right. I don't think that
Because he died mid 2000s, right? Like 2006,
Yeah, 'cause he-
2007.
because he was old back then.
Yeah.
At least he,
Right.
he appeared to be. He's like Morgan Freeman, right? Like he's always been old. He's born old. So
Yeah, he was born in 32. So he would have been
yeah.
like
So he'd have been 90
90.
this year. Yeah.
Yep.
90 this
Yeah,
year.
he's been 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. It's hit or miss for me. It depends on what you're doing with it. Like if you're just doing it to be doing it, then yeah, I'm not for it. I have not watched the Cobra Kai yet. It's always on my list to watch, but I just haven't gotten into it yet. But if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right. Like they seem to have done it right. They brought back the people. They're telling you a different story, or they're giving you a different perspective. Like that seems better to me. Unlike when they redid Total Recall, it was unnecessary. Like
I
you
didn't
should have just
mind
made a new thing, like as opposed to trying to use the nostalgia. Like it wasn't even a bad movie. Like what? Like I would still give like a good 8. It was like an 8, but it just
Agreed.
seemed like it didn't need to have the franchise brand on it because you didn't use much of anything from.
See, but if they'd have done that, if they'd have done what you said, people would have been upset. They'd have been like, "Oh, this isn't like the original," because you're not going to please everybody, right? You got the ones that
Yeah.
are like, they're saying exactly what you're saying right now, like, "Hey, you kind of did the same thing, but it was more modernized, right?"
Yeah.
They're gonna hate it. Then you got the people that if you go a different direction, they'll be like, "Oh, this isn't really Total Recall,"
Right.
This,
That's what I'm
third.
saying. They should just made a different, call it something else. Like aside from like a couple very specific scenes, it was a different movie. So just make a different movie. Or if you're going to really get into it, in my opinion, then you really get into it. Like the Scream. I'm interested because they're bringing back the survivors, I guess. Like whoever was left through all of the movies, plus a new crew. That was probably going to be good. But I'm not trying to get sick, so I'm probably not going to go see it. That movie's not worth it. Spider-Man was worth it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna risk it. Scream, I'm like, man, I could wait. I could wait for that one.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Shannon. I've kind of.
Oh no, you're good. So yeah, maybe I'm not big into nostalgia like I thought, but so I continued watching that TV series, The Neighborhood. Still funny to me, still hilarious. I started watching this old series. It's been canceled already. It only got 2 seasons, called Single Parents. Hilarious, man. It's hilarious. It's got Ray Romano's brother from Everybody Loves Raymond, the tall guy.
Yeah.
Brad Garrett, I think is his name. It's got, I don't know if you guys ever watched the TV show Keenan. Like Keenan has his own, Keenan Thompson from SNL.
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
yeah,
I know of it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, so like the producer from that show, she was on it. She's in Single Parents. It's got and like these little kids are like amazing actors. They're hilarious, right? Very, very adult situations that happen with these little kids. But been watching that. I'll tell you what I'm not very impressed with, and I haven't watched this week's episode. The Book of Boba Fett.
I haven't watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I love The Mandalorian, and I'm not a big Star Wars guy. Like I've seen the Star Wars movie, but I'm not like going back to watch them every so often. But the Book of Boba Fett, and again, I haven't seen this week's episode, not really impressing me. I know a lot of people love it that pay attention to Star Wars. I should have said Star Trek and pretended like, oh yeah, a lot of people
right.
Watch people lose their mind in the comments, like it's Star Wars, not Trek. but yeah, I'll watch this week's episode and hopefully it gets better. But I know they only do like maybe like 8 or so, right? When they did Mandalorian, it was only like 8. But Mandalorian, they only did 30-minute episodes, right? Like I noticed the first week was like close to 40 minutes, and then the second week was like an hour. And I don't know how long the one this week is. So it's got a big gap in how long it is. So I don't know if they're going to do how Feige does for
oh yeah, like 6 hours
stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Chop it up however you want to.
Yeah, because I think he might be an executive producer on this too. I thought I saw his name when the credits rolled in one of them. I was like, oh man, I didn't know he had his hand in this too. I could be wrong on that though, but yeah, I thought he was an executive producer. But I'll watch the one that just went by this week. I'll watch it this weekend and see if maybe now it's turning around for me. But for the most part, nah, I'm not. I don't know if you guys are watching it or not.
Yeah, actually, I have not watched it yet. And now that you mentioned, I mean, I haven't heard of anybody really talking about it. It has been as promoted, I don't think, as Mandalorian or some other series.
But that's the thing, is that it was promoted like Mandalorian was, but you're not hearing anything about it because people are probably kind of like, you know what I mean? Like Mandalorian was talked about.
They had a buzz. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think that's what's missing. But I haven't checked it out. I want to check it out, but I have that on my list, as well as like I didn't mention it, but the thing I just told you guys about it. What's his name? John Cena.
Peacemaker.
Oh,
Peacemaker. Yeah. I haven't started that yet either. Yeah. That's not one that's on the list. Yeah.
I'm gonna start that one today. I'm gonna start Peacemaker today, because they only dropped a couple episodes, right? It's not like Netflix. They don't give them all to you. They just give you enough to get you in the door.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll probably start that one. But I'm just not a Star Wars guy. I wish I was, because people are so excited, and I want to be part of it, but I didn't grow up watching it. I watched Star Trek with my grandmother, right? She wasn't a Star Wars person. So by the time I watched the movie, I was in Iraq. They brought to episode 2. I think they brought episode 2. They debuted it there like a week earlier or whatever. And we had a really big theater at Balad, and it was like packed. We had people sitting in the aisles. So I went to it, and just the excitement. Like I didn't like the movie, and I hear from Star Wars people it's terrible as well. But just the excitement, like all those people, all that energy. I was like, man, I wish I could be part of this. And I'm not. So now TV shows are rolling, and people are like really excited. They're really into the TV show. I'm just like, I think I just missed the boat by so many decades.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's dumb. I just didn't watch it.
And there's 9 movies, so it's kind of hard to get invested in that if you're not like, if you feel like you do right now, you're not gonna go and watch, because people will tell you episode 4, 5, and 6, the ones that came out in the 70s and 80s, are the best ones. So and it's kind of weird that it released 4, 5, and 6, and then 1, 2, and 3 came in the 99 to 2005 or 6 or whatever it was. But and then you had 7, 8, 9 that just dropped within the last 6 years, right? 7 years, whatever it was. But so to invest that time, because almost all the new ones are over 2 hours too. I want to say they're like 2.5 hours, right? And it's one of those things where if you watch 7, 8, 9 and you didn't watch 1 through 6, there will be some things that are just like, wait, what happened there? Why is that like that? What happened to his hand?
Right. Where's his father?
Yeah. Stuff you just won't catch up on. So
right. I mean, but I really want to, like, and if you go to Disney, I've been to Disney in what year is this? Like 2 years? Like how long has there been a pandemic? Like I'm losing track.
Yeah, it's like 3 years now.
This is like the 3rd year, right? So I haven't been there since this kicked off. And I hear like their Star Wars stuff is like amazing. Like they're like building it out. They're getting more invested. I'm just like, I don't know any of it. Like when me and my wife went to Disneyland Paris. So we went out there and they flip all the stuff to be characters from that region, right? So like they're highlighting specific characters from Star Wars that are from Europe. And I'm just like even more disconnected, right? Like, I was like, I don't even know what they're saying. I don't even know what that character is, like some obscure dude who was in the background of a scene. It was like, I don't know. I don't get it. But I really want to though. So I'm like, I think I just need to start watching them. But I'll just never have what all these other people have is the problem. I know it. So I got the FOMO, but I already know I'm not going to be able to enjoy it like they enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
I'm in the same boat. I never really got big into Star Wars, but when I decided one day that I wanted to watch them all. And so I did. So I watched not recently. This was back in the day, like maybe when the first like 3 episodes came out. So there's like, you said, Shannon, like episode 1 through like 6. So I sat down and the wife and I, and actually we invited a friend over for a couple of them because he was a big Star Wars fan. So he just wanted to hang out and watch it with us. And so we watched all of them. We watched like starting from like, episode 1, 2, 3. And then we went into like the old but newer ones, like the old but the episode 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the remasters. We watched the originals because I had seen the first 3 back in the day, but I had forgotten about some of the nuances that happen in the movies. But it's kind of good to see the first 3 episodes. But even after that, I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan, but after that I still watch like the newest ones, just kind of keep up with the story and see what's going on. And it's kind of interesting. I like the whole like lightsaber thing. It's kind of cool to have some good like martial arts scenes in there. the fight scenes and all that kind of stuff, and then all the space battles and all that kind of stuff. But it's like not like something that I like go crazy about. I'm not into like all the deep lore and like let me get I don't really have anything in my house that's Star Wars. And yeah, but I did see some of the Star Wars stuff at Disneyland. I think the last time I went, which is pre-COVID, which I can't have been so long ago, but they definitely do it up, and it's really entertaining. Like some of the rides they have, they have like the Star Wars ride that you go on the ground and like go in these tunnels. Everything's dark. You just hear like phasers and lights coming at you, and it's like you're in one of the TIE fighters or whatever,
Okay, that's
or
pretty
the
cool.
X-wings or whatever the ones the good guys fly. Yeah,
I don't know either.
I can't remember that. Yeah, it's called the W wings. Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, that's right. So it's but no, it's cool. Like I know it makes Disney a ton of money. That whole saga. Yeah, it's like it's a big sell. A lot of big hardcore fans out there.
Well, that's because Disney puts a lot into their stuff, though. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if Disney acquires something, they don't do it just to do it, right? Like, they're gonna put money into it. Like, even with the movies and whatnot, right? So, like, they spent a grip of money for 7, 8, and 9, right? The parks, like, they're doing that Star Wars stuff at the parks, right? I think Disneyland opened up first, and then Disney World got it. I can't remember what the order was, but like,
I think so.
Yeah, but people are loving it. You know what I mean? So they're not going to go halfway with it.
Right.
Yeah. House of Mouse don't play around when they acquire it.
That's right. I can see Mickey Mouse in the back, like counting his money, like like Mayweather was.
It's like it was just never stop. They'll never stop buying everything. Like every franchise will be owned by them. It's going to happen.
Right.
But yeah,
a lot of money.
Yes. Because I mean, they bought all of Marvel for $4 billion, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's going to be a horrible investment." And they made like $100 billion every movie drops.
Right. Yeah.
Like
it's crazy.
They're killing the game. But at some point, I need to start watching this stuff. Like I want to say my youngest likes the I know it's not Baby Yoda. That's not the name, but everybody calls him Baby Yoda.
Right.
He loves that character, but he has no frame of reference for Star Wars at all. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll start watching it with him, and he'll enjoy the stuff.
Right.
And that'll make me enjoy the stuff in turn. I don't know, but at some point, I will get into the Star Wars game. But this week, I didn't do much. Like it's my first week, like back to work. I've been staying late every day, going to bed early every day. I think I played Halo once. I played a little bit of the campaign. I got into one of the fobs. I was getting wrecked. There's so many characters to fight. It's not like it's the Halo sandbox on steroids. I really do enjoy it. But I don't think I beat the fob. I saved and I'll come back to it. I was like, as soon as I find some time, but it's really good. I'm like, man,
they did a great job.
They did a really good job. Yeah, they did a really good job with this one, but I just don't have the time like I used to. And then when I do have time to just chill, I get the analysis. What is it? Paralysis by analysis? No, paralysis by analysis. Yeah, I just can't figure out what I want to watch. I'm like, oh, I got this set amount of time. And then you just kind of just flip through thumbnails, and then you just like, forget I'm going to sleep.
Right.
So that's pretty much been my week. But I am going to start Peacemaker. Not you reminded me. Yeah. And I still want to watch that Mahershala Ali sci-fi joint on Apple TV called Swan Song. I want to watch that.
I haven't heard about that one.
It's like they expanded on an episode of the Black Mirror. There's a I want to say it's the last season of Black Mirror had one with Anthony Mackie. So if you know that episode, then this would be the movie version of that.
Oh, damn.
So it seems like they directly was like, that's a good idea. We'll make a movie out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm pretty excited about it, but I've been trying to watch it for like weeks now. It's been out for like at least a month, I want to say. I just have not gotten to it yet.
And it's called Swan Song?
Yeah, Swan Song is the name of it. It's on Apple TV.
Yeah, look into that one.
So do you watch a lot of Apple TV stuff, Ryan? I'm curious.
I do now, yeah. Like their debuts, I've been watching it. I watched a few of their TV shows. Like obviously, I watch anything that drops Marvel related. But Smackerdune, I want to say was is it Michael Keegan from Key and Peele?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's him and another actress. I can't remember her name. She's a female comedian, dark hair. They're a married couple and they get trapped in a musical, and for whatever reason it is hilarious to me. It sounds like a terrible idea. The commercials don't really do it justice. I watched the whole thing. I marathoned it. And because he's so annoyed by it because he hates musicals, and every time they get into a situation the people around them bust out song is hilarious. The choreographed dances is hilarious, and completely colorblind casting. They talk about it a lot because you're like, these people don't really belong in this situation. Like this wouldn't be the way it went down, and hilarious to me. But I also like musicals, so that helps.
See, that's but
Sweeney Todd's my jam.
Yeah. Tim Burton. The only thing I mess with him on is Batman 1 and 2.
Batman, yeah.
Batman 1 and 2.
Right.
But
Edward Scissorhands.
I wasn't a real fan.
No,
Real fan.
The
No.
Blades fan.
Nah, I watched it. Like Tim Burton is just too weird for me. Like a lot of his stuff, I'm just like, nah, I don't mess with you.
He
man.
redid Charlie and Chocolate Factory, right?
Yes, it was terrible. It was terrible. I haven't even finished watching it. So it was, his was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but it was Willy Wonka's the old one, right?
Yeah.
Or was it vice versa? Yeah. Willy Wonka's the old one. It's terrible, man. But here's the thing, and I'll probably catch hell for this, right? But like, I don't think Johnny Depp is a good actor either, right? Like, I don't think he's that great.
Like him.
Being honest with you.
He's
You
a big
definitely
weirdo,
like
but I
some
like him.
weird stuff. You definitely like some weird stuff. I
do.
Yeah. Then it's very much up your alley then, I guess, right? Anything Tim Burton does. But no, I asked about the Apple TV thing because I have a friend who keeps trying to get me to watch Ted Lasso. That's Apple TV. But I saw the previews and I was like, when I watch the trailers, I'm like, it doesn't interest me. And everything that comes up on Apple TV, it just seems weird to me or something that I'm not going to watch anyway. I'm like, I don't want to.
Right. They have like is a very specific like vibe to Apple TV stuff. It is very specific. I don't watch Ted Lasso because I'm not big into, like, I know it's not about the soccer. Like I'm always the guy who talks about The Walking Dead, right? It's not about the zombies, it's the people and whatnot. I think that's what this show is too, but he's not that funny of a comedian to me. At least I haven't seen anything that's made me like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything, but like people say that show is great. Yeah. I'm just like, I'm not into soccer and I'm not into him.
You didn't like him in Horrible? You didn't like him in Horrible Bosses? That's Jason.
That movie was just okay to me.
Okay, all right. Hey, you know what? Yeah. I feel you. I feel how you feel right now is how I am when you tell me movies. Like I'm not feeling right. I ain't gonna push.
Was it Charlie Day, and it's like that movie could not be made today. Like they would not be allowed to film it. But when he's unconscious and she's pulling his arm over her shoulder, that made me laugh. I was like, this is horrible. This is a horrible movie. Like not in the bad acting, but just like the theme is just horrible. Like these are crimes. We're laughing about it. But aside from that, I just didn't do it for me. But yeah, I don't know. Like Ted Lasso, that might be the thing that gets you in to Apple TV. That might be your in.
I don't have anything queued up. Like I haven't even set up my Apple account or whatever for that, right? Like so I've gotten it a few different ways. So like I got a membership which may have expired when I got my phone. I got so many months free, and then I got a year from, I think it was T-Mobile after one of their hacks, I think, or something like that. I got a year from someone.
Which one?
Yeah, I know. That's why I said one of their many, right? So like I can go and set up an account and get it for free or whatever, but just none of their stuff interests me to make me go on and even look for it or do with it.
But so I guess I do watch it a lot though. So like Foundation is on Apple TV, Invasion, which I didn't really like. the conclusion of is on Apple TV.
Is that the one with
I've
Michael
watched that.
Pena? Is that the one with Michael Pena? The guy from Ant-Man? The Hispanic guy from Ant-Man that runs the company with him? That's Invasion, right? He was
No, that's not him.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you talking about a Netflix movie? That was a Netflix movie.
That's what I thought. That's what I was like.
Yeah. I like that one a lot. Like that was a good Netflix movie. But no, on Apple TV, Invasion is a series, and it's just mediocre. Like it was building up. Like you know how you build up to see the monster, and then when you actually see it, the big bad or whatever, you just not impressive anymore.
Cloverfield, yeah, I'm familiar.
Yep. Like the only person who's gotten it right in the past couple of decades was Signs. Like the build up, they start watching the video camera, and like you just see the kids running, and then you finally see the dude, the aliens. Like, oh, call me. That's the only like any other time. It's just like just show him already, just show it, or don't. Like that'd be even scarier. Like I never see it.
Right.
But yeah, like Apple has some good stuff. Like Finch was the Tom Hanks movie. It's like, what if Wally and Castaway had a baby, starring Tom Hanks?
Shaking your head, Shannon. What you think?
Nah, I saw the preview. It was not for me.
Yeah.
And I like Tom Hanks.
It feels like big budget indies is what Apple makes.
That's what it feels like. That's a good way to say it. Yes. That is exactly what it feels like.
You're like, we don't want to directly compete with the bigger brands, but we have the money.
But we can throw a bunch of money at it.
But they keep getting the A-listers is the thing, right?
Yes.
So like Jason Sudeikis, Jennifer Aniston was in one with a talk show or something like that, right?
Oh, Good Morning or whatever. I heard that's hilarious. I haven't watched it.
Didn't like the trailer. And
that happened when the big fallout was happening with like the Weinsteins and the Matt. Was it Matt Lauder or no? That's the dude from MTV.
Lauer.
Yeah, Lauer.
Show.
Yeah. Like so it's kind of like that time frame or whatever. At least that's what I was picking up from it. But just didn't interest me. But like Smeckerdune, completely random. I started watching that. I was like, it's gonna be terrible. So I watched it to see it be terrible. And then next thing I know, I'm 5 episodes in. I'm like, they got me.
They got me. That's how they do you.
Yeah, but I then I guess I do watch a lot of TV because I don't have a life here. But like HBO has those bangers now, so I'm trying to watch that Peacemaker probably tonight. You said the first 3 are out there. I saw the intro. Have you seen the intro to it?
No, I haven't watched it.
It's been
on YouTube,
on socials and whatnot. He said he wanted to make an intro that people wouldn't skip, and it's an 80s. It's like an 80s rock video with the cast all dancing. It's really weird. It's really strange.
Make it.
So I can only imagine what the show's going to be like, right?
Right.
He was like, I made that because I don't want people to skip it, and I watched it.
Yeah,
it was like seeing where it was going. It was very strange.
Yeah. I might have to check that out.
Yeah,
I had to see that one.
You lost me at Strange. When you said Strange.
I like Strange up to a certain point, but then it gets like too weird, and I'm like, But I think I already know what the series is gonna be about. I mean, if it's anything similar to like, Suicide Squad, we kind of know what his character is gonna be all about. But maybe we get some backstory a little bit about his history and things like that.
So, is it a prequel? Right. So, let me ask you this: is it a prequel? Levon, you watched
I don't know,
right?
I haven't watched any of it actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm just imagining. I don't know. I imagine I was assuming it's set now, but maybe to go back and tell some of his past history, like, this is how you started up. I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I have to see what it's all about.
That'll be what we talk about next week. Like how either great or terrible it was.
Right.
Because it can only be one. It can only go one way or the other. Can't be mediocre. But I don't know. Like I think because it is on HBO Max, it could be very violent. So I'm like, okay, I'm down to check it out. Because Suicide Squad was very violent. What else is about to drop? After Scream, there was something else, and I'm just like, I might go to theater and see it. I might not.
Morpheus? Was it Morbius? Was it that?
Is it, or did it get pushed? Is it like March?
Oh, we did talk about that. It did get pushed. No, but I thought it got pushed to later in January, like January 29th or something like that, or 28th.
Is it this month?
See, I gotta check.
We had the whole discussion about Googling stuff. Like, be careful what you Google.
That's right.
Go to Google real quick. You're like, yeah, it comes out tomorrow. And thank you for your money. You're like, what?
That's right. Hold up now.
Oh, actually, no, I got pushed April 1st.
April, okay. But I think stuff is getting pushed because of reactions to different movies. That's my my conspiracy theory. Like, they're doing a bunch of reshoots on different movies and whatnot. I think because of the popularity of like when Spider-Man dropped, they thought, oh, it's gonna be good, and then it dropped, and they're like, no, people love it. Get them and everything.
Right.
Reshoot everything.
They're saying they pushed this one because of COVID. Because of Omicron.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so it was going to release January 28th. Been delayed amid a surge in COVID-19 cases across the globe due to the Omicron variant. So that's why they.
Spider-Man hit just in time, and another conspiracy: Spider-Man may have helped to spread. Like, my theater was packed.
Bro, you're gonna laugh, right? So like before we got on, Saturday Night Live was coming on, and their cold open was them doing President Biden, right? And he said the same exact thing. he said, so it's him doing a briefing with people, and they're like, what do you think has caused the spread of Omicron? He was like, Spider-Man. he was like Spider-Man released December 17th. He said, and a week later, everybody's got Omicron.
Yeah.
So the fix, stop going to see Spider-Man.
Right.
That's what he says. I was like,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like it's tied in there somewhere. I'm sure at least
it's a crazy it's a crazy what's the word I'm looking for? Coincidence. It's a crazy coincidence because like I saw it just forgot on the plane. I get back to the States. I'm on the cruise when the CDC is like, don't go on cruises. I'm like looking at my phone like
oh damn,
it's too late. I'm out here. And I come back and everybody, like, none of my the people I knew were sick, but like I was getting like just like my whole social media is just like, oh, I got COVID, oh, I got Omicron, oh, I got COVID. It's like, oh, everybody got it. Everybody went and saw that movie.
Right. That's what did
He was in there cheering and hollering for them cameos, spreading out Omicron.
Right. All them droplets coming out your mouth. Like, yay, right. Spider-Man, get him. Oh man.
Know. But yeah, I can see that too though. Because they saw the success. Like Sony's like, I like this money. So yeah, I can see them pushing it until things start to die down.
Right.
Try to sell them tickets and whatnot. Because that Matrix was terrible. So
no, I still haven't watched that one yet either. Matrix, yeah. It's so funny you bring it back up. That Matrix is like stuck in your head for the last couple of weeks. Like Matrix, man, it's
because it goes into the nostalgia, right?
It's so horrible.
Yeah, it goes into the nostalgia.
Yeah.
They was talking about. Like, I was like, oh, I can't wait. No, they shouldn't just. Why'd you make this movie? You brought the stock down, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, just left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I have to check that out. I have to see for myself. It looked like it had some like action scenes just from the trailer. It looked like it had some pretty. Were any of the action scenes worth it to you, or like as far as like were any of them good? I guess
they were the same action scenes from the first Matrix and the second Matrix. Like it's so meta. It's boring.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we're spoofing ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're just not making it different.
You can definitely, I'm going to say you could definitely, but you could tell they're a little bit older than when they last did this in 2003. Yeah. Was that when they last came out? So we're talking 18 years ago. Like you can tell the actors,
50s, right?
Right. They're not as spry.
Didn't we look this up last week? He's 57.
Oh yeah. He's almost 60. Yep.
Yeah. So like
he's a rich 57.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
That's right.
Yeah. He doesn't live a lavish lifestyle for sure.
Right.
But yeah, he is older, and you can tell. That's why when they do, because like I want to say it was you that said this before, Ryan. Like they're gonna do like 6 John Wicks, right? So we've already gotten through 3. So like I don't know how he's gonna make it through 4, 5, and 6. Because in John Wick, he has got action. Like even in the 3rd one, like you could tell, like, oh, you slowing down a little bit, Keanu. You know what I mean? Like
I think they can justify his slowdown at the end of 3, the way it ends.
You think so? Well, then he's
Yeah.
just gonna keep getting beat up at that point, right? Then how is he the Baba Yaga at that point, right? Like then people would be like, man, you ain't what you used to be. You know what I mean? Punch,
That's
punch,
true.
punch. You know,
That's true. Maybe it's
Right.
the decline of John Wick, man. That's what they go for the next trilogy. Like, so they can finally kill him. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it to an eventual end because this man has to go.
I think without Keanu Reeves, people just won't go though at that point, right? Like everybody loves Keanu. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Keanu. So if you kill them all, I'm thinking like, all right, well, I don't have to go back anymore.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I don't think there's a up and comer to take his mantle just yet. Because he basically is like not to say same caliber of acting, but your Denzels, your Will Smiths, like they play themselves in different situations. That's all Keanu's doing nowadays. He's just him in a different situation,
Right.
which is good. I mean, it's entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah. They kind of get typecast, I guess, a little. It's like you said, Will Smith and you guys were talking about earlier, Johnny Depp. I guess he's kind of like
Oh yeah, yep.
he's kind of like he plays himself. He's always kind of the zany kind of guy, like however you want to describe him most of the time.
He's a weirdo. That's how
A weirdo, yeah. I'm like a weirdo, yeah. I guess like not really zany, but just like a weirdo.
That's how you describe that dude. Like you do what? Okay.
Right.
Hilarious. But yeah, hopefully I get some TVs or some movies or something. I'm about to start an anime. I'm about to finally start JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because my kids keep telling me to watch it.
Yeah.
So I
I
watched the first episode and my son was like, you just have to suffer through the first season. He gave me a disclaimer. He was like, get through the first season. It gets so good. I was just like, I got to get through the first season though. So I watched the very first episode a couple of days ago. I was not impressed. So
yeah, you were not impressed. Yeah, I can't even remember the first episode, but I know that starts like the Joe Star Family, or whatever, and has I know the animation back then is not like the greatest, but it does pick up.
Right.
I think even in the first season, I think I told you guys about I think it's like a Nazi general that he becomes a good guy. Okay,
it's ridiculous.
Guess the Nazis are not that bad.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, Disney kind of did that too, right? Like, oh boy, oh man, what's his name? He was in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Zemo?
Oh,
is it Zemo or Zeno?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he technically is a Nazi.
Right.
It was like when he was in the club dancing, everybody made it into a meme.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens in JoJo.
Okay, gotcha.
I can't remember if it's the first season or it might be like second season, something like that. But it does pick up. Definitely,
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna at least give it 2 seasons.
Yeah,
because the kids, just so I could tell them either like, okay, it did pick up, or tell them like, this is why I'm not listening to your opinions anymore. I'll be like, I'll be Shannon in that situation. My son would be me.
I was just getting ready to say that. Like, now
this is horrible.
How I feel. You will come over here you'll come over here and apologize. Be like, I'm sorry I did that to you. Like, I should never have done that to you. I apologize.
Gotcha. But I guess I'll wrap this one up. But the last thing I watched was this morning. I had to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch the Bills spank the Pats. I said it. If you're a Patriots fan, you got the business today. When I woke up, it was 3-27. And it just got worse from there. Just gonna put it out there.
They didn't get the business, they got the business. BIDNESS. Like it was worse than business. Like in business, you respect people in business. That's not what happened in this game.
No, he ran it up. He was like, you know what? he chose violence. He woke up and chose violence this morning.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna pull Allen sooner. Like I didn't watch the whole game. Like I was catching the end of it, and like before he scored that last touchdown, I was like, why not pull him now? Like don't risk the injury. Like you got another week at this point. Like they're not coming back. Right. He left him in there, and I was just like, and he's a runner too, right? So it's like he'll run for a first down or something, and you don't want him to separate his shoulder or do something like that. Knock on wood. I'll find some wood, But
I got
But yeah, you didn't want anything like that. But they did eventually take him out. But I was just like,
Yeah.
you could pull him now.
Yeah, our Tyler Bass, our kicker, was wilding though.
So
Like,
I noticed
he missed 2 before I woke up.
Yeah. So I was looking at the score, and they were talking about how they had 7 possessions. There was 7 possessions and 7 TDs, but the
Yeah.
score didn't match up because, like, if you hit the extra point, it'd be 49, and it was 47. So I was
Right.
like, they had to miss a couple, But the wind was,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
He almost missed the last one too. He clanked it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that would be the only thing that needs improvement. But I mean, if that's your worst problem, right? Then we didn't do so bad. But I was thoroughly impressed from the half I saw. I wish I had saw the first half now, but I was knocked out. I had to get some sleep. Game started at 4:15 in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up. Didn't happen. So, but exciting stuff. But thank you for. I was gonna say something before I wrap.
Well, let me throw this out real quick. I'm just last couple quick points. I was looking at JoJo Bizarre Adventure, like the seasons. I had to remember like what season, because the first season is actually kind of long. It's like 26 episodes, something like that.
Oh no!
It's one of them.
Do you love your kids that much? Like, you might as well tell them I kid.
I think it's better. I think the season was good for me when I watched it, but it definitely gets better. I was gonna say that I think the second season was my favorite. Has been like my favorite season so far, even though I really like the series altogether. But second season, I think that was like one of my favorite seasons altogether. But and the second note, completely different topic. I was gonna mention I watched Encanto at the Disney movie.
Me too.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I like some of the music in it.
My youngest daughter cannot stop watching it. Like, she's just
Really?
like, I want to watch Kanto. I'm like,
right.
Okay. Like, she is watching it like all over the place, man. Like every day, it seems like she wants to watch Encanto. I'm like, I gotta watch this movie.
It's super catchy. Like like the music was really good. Like it's Lin Manuel Miranda. Miranda Manuel. Okay, I always get his names.
I think he had it right the first time. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like because again, musicals, right? So like Hamilton, and then everything else he does. There's one movie I did not watch yet of his. I forget what it is. It's like another musical. It's like modern day musical.
Yeah.
It looked too. Is it like New York or something?
Yeah, they're like in.
Yeah, they're in the streets dancing or whatever.
Something. Yeah.
It was giving me what was
West
the
Side
one
Story,
with
West Side Story vibes?
Yeah, it was giving me West Side Story vibes. I was just not big into that one. It's a classic though.
Yeah,
but I wasn't thinking about it too hard. But I watched it at home because the kids wanted to watch it, and I just really wanted to put something nice on the screen because I haven't been around a good TV in a while, and it was beautiful. That's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
The music was great, and at the end of the movie, I was like, "Who was the bad guy?" Like,
right.
It's different than a regular Disney cartoon, right? There's no actual villain, so to speak. There is, but there isn't.
A big villain that they fight at the end. Yeah, right.
But I was like, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a catchy. I think one of my favorite songs in the movies. They have the big strong woman that's like. That's like her song is really catchy, and it's my wife was telling me how like that's like how she feels right now, dealing with class and like her she's going to school and stuff like that, and it's kind of like all this pressure on her shoulders. She's got to carry all this heavy weight, and she's trying to like the little drip of like pressure that
it has some really deep themes in that. Now that I think about it, like Atlas, because she had the everything on her shoulders. Hercules, she was fighting Cerberus.
Right.
Like it's a lot of deep stuff for. I guess it's for me, right? It's not for kids.
Yeah,
so
kids
we know the parents are watching, so
right. That's what they do.
Use some stuff like that. That dude was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm surprised he wasn't a voice in it, but my daughter was like he wanted to be, but they were like, nah. I was like, he could have been Bruno.
Right.
Yeah, Uncle Bruno.
True. Yeah,
but that's I think that's my favorite one. We don't talk about Bruno. I like
right.
That song. Because everybody has that family member.
right. We don't talk about Bruno.
I was like, for real.
That's right. Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Mhm.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a good
You
one.
have to check it out, Shannon. I don't know if you actually watch it. You just had your some of your kids watch it, but
No. She watches it. So like when I go to check on her, she's usually there with her brother, right? And they're watching
yeah,
Encanto, and I've seen bits and pieces of it, but every day, literally every
yeah,
day.
every
Now that I
day.
think
Wow.
about it, yeah, she's like, I want to watch Encanto. Encanto. She's
Yeah,
4.
Canto.
Yeah, yeah. So she, yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm,
But
I'm,
yeah,
I'm,
I think if you
I'm,
watch,
I'm gonna check it out.
yeah, I think if you watch it, I think you'll like it too. Um, it was definitely different and like very, very pretty. Like I think it's
Yeah,
I don't know if it's I don't know if they did anything like technique wise that was different. Like maybe it's just because the colors pop
yeah. A lot
because
of
of the culture and all that stuff. But like it's
right.
like just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna mention that too. Like it's like you said, the culture, like the Mexican or not Mexican. It's like is it Colombia? I think it's
It's
Colombia, or is it?
like Colombian, yeah. And then
Yeah,
they
but it's South American.
they're yeah. I think that is it though. I think it is Colombian, but then it's not stereotypical, right? Like when they show the family, like they're all different colors, they have different hair
Right.
textures. It's
Yeah.
like
Yep.
for real, like what you
Yeah.
would see if you went there. I'm just like, man, this they're hitting all the right things right now.
Right. Right. That's one thing I was going to mention.
So
I like how they incorporate, just like you said, the different skin tones, hairstyle.
yeah,
Just like racial backgrounds. Not everybody's like, uh, Hispanics look. Not everybody looks straight Hispanic or straight, black or white or whatever.
yeah.
Had the mix of cultures in there. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. It's always a great conversation. We talk about everything today.
Yeah.
So definitely appreciate the both of you always be on the show every week. If this is your first episode, if you want to listen to cybersecurity stuff, listen to all the other episodes that we do
Yeah,
throughout
that's
the week.
right.
Like we had a really good week this week, I think very in diversity of cybersecurity, but it kind of tied into each other, right? So definitely
Mhm.
check out our Monday and Tuesday topics, Wednesday discussion, and then hit us back up next week. So hit up the website, www.theothersideofthefirewall.com. You get to all of our socials. You get me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. There it is. And you, Levon?
Yes, sir. You can hit me up on the Twitters at Levon Maynard.
There you go. So stay safe, stay secure.
Take care.